I got a new sign. All right, ladies. So right now I'm glowing. Like 2020, I decided to master the universal laws. For a month, I've been practicing them, and they have been working out so amazing for me. I've manifested nothing but abundance. So if you haven't watched my universal law video, please go check it out. I feel like it's the second one before the last one. Whatever. Anyway, it's Black History Month, and I have a different point of view, and I hope y'all can respect me on this and we can build on this. And I'm hoping that this one kind of gets shared throughout the year, because I put a lot of thought in this. This is some shit that hit me like yesterday, and I'm like, I gotta make a video about this. All right, so before I get into that, I got a new son. Before I get into that, I wanted to tell you I got a lot of shit going on. And if you fuck with me, you can also be down like Brandy. So first and foremost, I got a cruise going on. Right now, I lie to you not. I lie to you not. I feel like I have 20 people already signed up, registered in their rooms. So if you're interested, let me know. We're going to pull out of Miami on June 26th. So if you want to ride with us, it's a Wayspeed cruise. Bring your significant other. If you want to bring your kids, you can. I don't know. But yes, so it's a whole bunch of ladies that wear Wayspeeds. It's a like-minded group. So if you're interested, let me know in the comments. Okay, so for number 2, so this is my second, well, this is the 8th waist measurement challenge that we got going on. We have a group of 25. If you're interested right now, I'll let you know what you got to do to join the group, and we can all lose weight together and enhance our spirituality, heal mind, body, and soul. Okay, now that we got that over, let's get straight to the point. I wish I had a ponytail holder. I like my crown up. You know what I'm saying? I like my crown up. I'll try to find something out. All right. So yesterday I did a quick live, and I got really intense and passionate about it because a question popped in my head. So it's Black History Month. And for the last 2 years, I have been saying they're taking it out of some schools. That's number 1. So it's our responsibility to educate our children on Black History Month. So 2 years ago, I bought like a stack of like Black History index cards. And it's got a list of people that they don't usually talk about. So I started there. I made a video and I'm like, hey, stop. And I'm not going to say stop. I'm going to say that we are controlled a lot more than we even fucking understand. Let's start there. All of our leaders were hand selected. Don't never get it fucked up. All of the leaders that you know about, that you were taught about, that they taught in schools for the last, I don't know how many years, since they integrated the schools with Ruby D, those were hand-selected leaders that they gave to us and they promoted. Because if you think about it, there was no Frederick Douglass. He wasn't talked about in school. There was no Marcus Garvey. He was not promoted in schools. There was no Sister Fatima who started the Haitian Revolution. They didn't tell you about 1804. They didn't tell you about all the small slave revolutions that went on throughout the land, which is why we're free today. Please don't ever tell your kids that Abraham Lincoln saved us. We saved our motherfucking self. We came up out of a situation that was no good. The same way we would do right the fuck now. So when I started saying that 2 years ago, I'm like, hey, teach your kids about Queen Candace. The queens that ruled as kings in Egypt. That's how far I want us to go back. Let's talk about that. You feel me? Let's not talk about the things they give you, because the leaders that they present to you, like the rappers they present to you, let's really get into it. There's always a hidden agenda. So a lot of rappers that are conscious or promote self-love, they don't make it, because that's not the agenda that the higher-ups want to promote. That's not the agenda. So you got to be selective. So for the last 2 years, I've been saying, hey, look, teach your kids that we had amazing leaders, and our history did not start on a slave ship, nor did it start in America. When they teach you history, they teach you about Queen Elizabeth. See, they go all the way back. They don't take us there. They start right at the motherfucking slave ship named Jesus. And they give us everything they wanted us to know about somebody sitting on a bus. Now, I ain't mad at Sister Rose. I ain't mad, because I ain't moving on a lot of shit neither. However, there are people that did amazing things. We invented the first cell phone. We invented the first computer. We invented the first spark plug. It's more than just a hot comb, sis. And if you think for 1 second Madam C.J. Walker wasn't also a tool to control the masses, you lost your mind, because pretty much she promoted the fact that our hair was not okay in its natural sense. Now, I'm not saying she meant to be an agent, and I'm not saying she knew that they were promoting her based off of that, but I'm saying you have to go a little bit deeper. In order to be on this conscious journey, you have to reset everything. So everything you was taught, you got to throw that shit out and start again. And that's where I'm at with it. Even with your diet, anything that is promoted as organic or natural, some of those animals didn't even exist in the wilderness. I swear, I was watching a lecture and I found out that cows are not real. They're genetically engineered. Chickens are not real. So now it fucks your head up, because you'll read a label and it says organic, but how is that so? I don't give a fuck if it's grass-fed or not. You made that shit. So I could go off on a tangent, but I'm going to come right back. I always got to stay on topic. So like I said, promoting, please teach your kids about all of our legends in history, so they can have a better understanding of themselves, because you cannot know where you're going unless you know where you've been. They say it a lot, but it's real shit. So then a day ago, I woke up and it hit me like a ton of fucking bricks. And I was like, oh my goodness, I gotta get this message out. Okay, so there is, her name is Mama Luisa, and she wrote the book called Gumbo. My new sign. She wrote the book called Gumbo. And when she was younger, she was doing a lot of like little small documentaries and stuff. And I tried to find everything I could about her. And the one thing she said in the Goddess documentary was, she said, we are the future history makers. And when she said it, it stuck with me, and it didn't pop in my head till like, I don't know, yesterday. And I said to myself, I have to pose this question to my people. And I'm hoping that if you're not going to share this video, you're going to regurgitate this information in the way you feel that it should be spread, and let this information be put out there, because I'm just a vessel. I'm just a messenger. You know what I'm saying? Spirit told me I needed to do this, so this is what the fuck I'm going to do. All right, so the question is, if our leaders are chosen and all of our icons are chosen, are you able to create future history? Now, so we've been programmed. So you go to school, this lifespan. You go to school, you go to college, you get a job, you work, you get promoted, hopefully, and you become the supervisor. But my question is, do the supervisors go down in history? If we are the future history makers, what the fuck is your legacy besides your DNA? What the fuck is your legacy? What is your legacy if we've all been conformed to the norms of Western society? Your job is to become the best slave on the plantation. And I'm just talking real shit. Now, let's go back real fast in the history. Have any of the very well-behaved slaves made history? Not a one. Not a one. Even our legends. You know what I'm saying? Tupac was monumental, because he was like, yo, it's an injustice. The police are a gang. This is the things he said in his rap and how he lived. He was a rebel. He was a rebel, so he made history. My question is, where are our warriors? Where are our rebels? Even if you're only using a camera and making YouTube videos to get out your point of view, how are you going to create future history? If we are the future history makers, is our lineage moving forward going to be, you were the best fucking manager? Are you going to be the best fucking supervisor? Are they going to, in history, do you think they going to have a list of motherfuckers that got PhDs? Do you? Do you? And this is the real shit I'm talking about. So the question is, what are you doing in your community? Are you sharing vital information? Are you changing the way your family handles things? Or are you still celebrating Christmas? I'm just saying, please, like I said, I do a lot of research on a daily basis. I love to learn. I read, I watch documentaries. Like, that's what feeds me. That's what edifies me now. So the question is, as I'm learning this information and I sit on it, Here's another question. You know a lot of shit. Did they go down in history? Did a motherfucker that just knew a lot of shit go down in history? No, they didn't. Not until they opened their mouths and they verbalized it, or they wrote it down in a book and they documented it. What are we doing to be the future history makers? What are we doing, or are we just conforming to the norm? That's real shit. And it hurt me because when I went on into my journey of entrepreneurship, you know, it was a fire. I'm like, I gotta do this. This is a reason. I need to be running my fucking mouth. I need to be making shit and transferring energy. I need to be doing energy work. I need to be doing this. It was like something that drove me. And then I said, damn, I'm only here for a short amount of time. Regardless of how long you feel like your fucking life is, it ain't shit. It's like a speck. In reference to how old the earth is. So all of those old history makers, they just lived their life to the fullest. You feel me? And then all of a sudden they were documented and deified in history. So my question to you is, right now, what are you doing to change your community? What are you doing to be a future history maker? Or are you a good slave? We gotta share this video. We have to share this video. And even if you change a few things that you're doing, even if you only change a few things that you're doing, maybe you'll be known as, hey, you know, this is Donna Story. She started out selling waist beads, and then all of a sudden she became blah, blah, blah. Queen Afua started somewhere, and it just grew. You understand? I am not saying anything bad, nor am I pointing fingers, because we all have to survive in this jungle. And however you survive, trust me, I respect it. I respect everything. But a question that was on my spirit, I mean, literally, I had to grab my phone, jump on a YouTube live, and really go in like, what are we doing? Are we future history makers, or are we good slaves? And that's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. I had to pose the question. And if they take it out of us, if we start believing that everything is okay, or somebody else is going to save us, or we don't have to create generational wealth or break generational curses, then what? Then what? It's a bunch of rebels like me on YouTube. Find them, research them, see what they talking about. We ain't with it. We're not with it. We're not okay with it. A bunch of content creators that got hella different perspectives. Please check that out. Understand, and the best way I can say it is, your TV is sanctioned. They're not going to give you anything that's going to take you outside of the agenda. You're going to have to do it on your motherfucking own. I said this on Instagram Live, and somebody was like, you know, I'm becoming a doula because I want to start with educating our women on birth practices and how to actually love your baby holistically and not give them this, that, and the third. And I was like, yo, that's dope as I don't know what. Kids is definitely the future. I don't care what nobody say. Because even when you on your conscious journey and you like, I have to remove myself from humanity, the fact remains, if it wasn't for people behind us, we wouldn't be here right now. So we definitely supposed to be passing on this DNA and this knowledge. It just depends what knowledge are you passing on. Please take this in consideration. Because I'm like, yo, who the fuck is going to be out? Who the fuck? And I'm going to tell you something. The rebels that's running their mouth right now, 9 times out of 10, we ain't making it to TV. Know that. Professor James Smalls, Panic, Bobby Hammett, do we need to keep going? Anthony Browder. They not making it to regular TV because their agenda is too left. But those are the people creating history right now. So I posed the question to you. I posed it to anybody. How are you going to create future history that will better us? How? I don't know. I don't know what you got inside of you. I don't know what you're supposed to be doing. Shit, half the time, I don't even know what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing. I just go. When spirit leads, I just go. I wish I had a handbook. I wish I had rules I could give you. I wish I did. I don't. But I can tell you, like, the one thing I know for sure is all of the people that created history, and that are making history were not good slaves. They weren't good supervisors. And if they were, it was a once upon a time, a long time ago. So my question to you is, what are you doing to change things? What are you doing to change things? The view on Black History Month that we're not even going to get into because somebody told us this was our month. You do understand that. Somebody said, hey, here, take this month. Celebrate what you want to celebrate, and for the rest of the month, we'll talk about everybody else. Even having that mind state, I always say to myself, on this conscious journey, when I learn something or I get any information, I ask myself, are these my thoughts? Are these my beliefs? Do I believe this? Just because I was told this, do I feel like this is right? Is this something I need to research? You got to grow that. It's very important. It's very important. Exercise, grow that. Have your kids question everything, every single thing. I don't care if they start with religion and you are a devout Christian and they like, Mommy, who's Jesus? Maybe it's time for you and them to learn and get a little bit more information about what's what. Maybe it's time to re-examine something. Somebody posed a question to me and they was like, hey, if you're conscious, what do you practice? And so it was like, hey, I feel like we from the same tribe. And I hope she watched this video because she gonna know I'm talking about her. She was like, hey, I feel like we from the same tribe. You feel me? I'm like, we probably is. You give off what you want to attract. And she was like, so what do you practice? Like, do you practice the Orisha? What do you practice? And basically I told her, I'm a student of life. I don't practice anything because when I left religion and I started jumping into other religions, I realized that I was getting rid of my black and mild for a cigarette. The fuck? Does that even make sense? Yeah, I'm going to quit smoking and I'm going to start with cigarettes. It's the lesser of two evils. You feel proud. You feel proud that you find something that our people created organically. You know what I'm saying? You go, oh, I want to learn about the reaches. And let me say this. I feel like you should learn about everything. But at the end of the day, anytime you follow a religion or anything like that, you are giving that situation power and you pulling it from yourself. Everything you need is in you. All the conscious folk want to tell you that. All the conscious folk want to tell you that. It ain't in the goddamn candle. It ain't in some shit you can sprinkle. All that shit is just a tool for manifestation. The real power is here, resetting this. And I could ramble on for days, but I feel like I nailed it. I feel like I nailed it. And I'm probably going to do a few more videos, but this is real shit. This is real shit. This is real shit. My mother worked her fucking ass off. My mother and father are still together. She worked her ass off. She got a plaque on an army base. You understand me? She gave her everything. And we go sometimes to Washington, D.C. to see my mom's plaque. And she was great and wonderful. And I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. And I'm going to leave it at that. Maybe your business is going to be your claim to fame. Maybe in 20, 30 years. Because there are businesses that have been established since 1865. So please don't feel bad about your little 2-year venture. Because shit got to start somewhere. Maybe that's what's going to put you in the books. I don't know. But let it be something that betters. Let it be something that sparks a thought, that changes something. When you plant a seed, like they say, when you plant a seed, the tree don't grow overnight. Real shit. So please pass on this information. Share this video. Think about it. Let it brew. Drink some water. Fast on this shit. I'm fasting on the 15th. If anybody want to fast with me, come hither. I fast every other month and I detox every month. If you with me, come hither. Come hither. Come hither. And if you really with me, fuck with me on my IG. I live there. I got a Twitter. I'm working on it. I'm a grandmother now. I don't really know all that shit. You feel me? I'm on the Twitter. I'm on the Patreon. I'm on Facebook. Oh, shit. I should have did a video about this all by itself. I'm going to mention it, but then I'll do a real video about it. So, I have a woman in waist beads group on Facebook. It was the best idea I ever came up with. It's an open forum to talk about you and your waist beads, what it did for you, how it changed you, if you want more, if you like red. It's an open forum. I realized in 2020 I need more outside influence. Even if you're interested in being an admin, jump down there and let me know, like, sis, yeah, put me on the admin. I'm gonna grow that bitch for you. I will put you in it. And it's jamming. Do you understand? So, Woman in Waist Bead on Facebook group is really easy to find. You're going to see my picture. And you're going to see my picture in the top. I got a group for all of us conscious, like-minded waist bead wearers. Secondly, I'm doing this waist bead, waist measurement trip in June. If you're interested, please let me know. The group is jamming, girl. I got a photographer. You ain't never had a photo shoot on the beach, sis? Real shit. You never had a photo shoot on the beach? Let me tell you something. Until you meditated on an island, honey, that shit, I'm telling you, I meditated in ancient land in Hawaii. I never miss a year in Hawaii. It changes everything. Even being in the Hawaiian culture, they is chill and they love us. Soon as you get off the plane, they like, cousin. I'm like, cousin. You know what I'm saying? It feel good. So every year I'm going to be doing these trips to different places. If you can't make it this year, I got it. But if you can, oh my God, let me know. Comment below. Secondly, we do a waist measurement challenge every other month to drop the beads. Because your second brain is in your gut. You can't even receive certain information until you get your gut right. Real shit. You got to eat something green, leafy, and raw. So, I appreciate everybody. Share this motherfucker. Pose this question. Sometimes you don't have the answers. Sometimes you just have the question. And then you come to terms with whatever, however you going to, figure that one out. So, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. Follow me on everything. I run my mouth. That's what I do. One sis was like, yo, you my best friend in my head. I'm like, yeah, girl, my shit so strong, we probably is best friends. And that's real talk. So it is the beginning of a new year almost. And it's the end of, 2019. So for all of my spiritual people, do you have any spiritual rituals that you do to get ready for the new year and release everything that you accumulated spiritually and emotionally in 2019 that you don't need? So do you cut the rope? Are you saging and opening up windows and doors? What you doing? Let's talk about it. Because, are you vision boarding? Do you write down the things you're trying to manifest? Like, what do you do to get ready for another year?